Hello and welcome to another episode of the Lawn Care Grow Show. My name is Mark. I'm your host. Today I'm speaking with Emilio Gallegos at Leaf Green Lawn Care in Chicago, Illinois. Emilio, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me, Mark. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, sounds like it's just a company on the rise. You guys are doing great work. We've chatted here some before the show. I'm really excited to hear the story. I'd love to start just by hearing what services you provide for your customers.
Yeah, so we provide pretty much just general lawn care, such as mowing, lawn treatments, property cleanups, and then we do landscaping as well. So when people need like new foundations for garden beds and planting and whatever, all the way down to the sod. So we do sod replacements as well. We do retaining walls, and then I guess that's pretty much just about it. Yeah, from landscaping to just lawn care.
Fantastic. And you guys are based in Chicago. What part? What part of the city are you guys in?
So right now we're in Garfield Ridge, specifically 60638. It's kind of like near Midway Airport. So that's kind of our base region. But we travel from here, Garfield Ridge, all the way up to La Grange. So Garfield Ridge to Berwyn to La Grange. Those are kind of our main hot areas, I guess you could say.
Okay. And you say pod areas because, you guys really kind of focus on location, sort of density. And do you guys have kind of pods almost of customers in these specific areas?
Yeah. There's different, I guess, routes that we pretty much have within each region. So it used to be to where we would accept anything. We would go from here to 40 minutes away, have different routes in like Bolingbrook, Joliet, and everything like that. Those are kind of farther suburbs. But then I guess within the last 3 years, we really started kind of like, tightening everything just to optimize the routes and density and whatnot.
Interesting. So when you do that, Emilio, when you tighten a route like that, you used to do, lawn work for whoever, wherever. And now you're saying, no, we're going to work here at Garfield Ridge and these other few areas because that route density is very important. We all know that that's, absolutely critical. Did you have customers that you were working with or had been working with for a while and you have to go back and tell them, listen, we've enjoyed working with you, but you're outside of our route now. We're not going to anymore. What's that conversation like? Hand them
Yeah.
off with someone else, or obviously it's friendly, but what happens there?
Yeah, it's just simple communication, just letting them know that they're a bit too far. We're going to start just tightening things up. It's nothing, personal or anything. It's just, gas is getting so high right now.
Wow.
So it's just the matter of saving us 40 minutes of having to go out there where we literally go 10 minutes away. We have a whole 20 properties set for the day. And yeah, we don't got to go out of our ways to, spend any time more than we need to as well.
Interesting. Okay. So, you do all of the lawn care sort of maintenance level work. What percentage of your business is the maintenance type, lawn care versus project type kind of landscaping or hardscaping work?
So right now we actually use Homeworks. It's a CRM. It's created by Mike Andes, but it actually tells us the percentage. So for the landscaping side of things, the last time I checked today, it was, I believe, at 35%, and then the rest was just lawn care. So it's kind of a good mix there. We primarily try to focus on lawn care just to keep that recurring service for the cash flow and whatnot. But then the landscaping side of things, that's kind of like the cream of the crop for those one-time jobs and everything like that.
Interesting. Okay. And I've seen that tends to be a kind of a transition or something from folks starting with kind of lawn care jobs, lower cost at some level, kind of working their way in that way into sort of some number of accounts, ideally in a tight little route that they're working on. And then over time, I think you had kind of alluded to this a little bit to effectively upsell them, if you will, upsell the client or, suggest to them that you also do this higher level of landscaping. And so, we all not only mow lawns, we also, do these landscaping installments all the way up to potentially hardscaping installments. Does that seem like a good kind of business direction and kind of strategy to build a lawn landscaping business over the years?
I guess it really depends. I would say it depends on like the amount of strain to the current I guess, owner or the current team, as well as the capacity. As of right now, I mean, we kind of limited our services to where we would kind of take anything on from like lawn leveling and just like specific treatments and all that stuff. But we, over the years, over the last 3 years as well, we also simplified services. So even for retaining walls, we don't do nothing like massive, nothing crazy. We keep it no more than 3 layers. And then if it's anything that's extensive or anything like that, we'll kind of sub it out if we have to. But that's kind of like the most complex that we get. As far as sod installs, we do them, we can hammer out them. We can hammer them out pretty quick. And then, yeah, that's as complex as we get between the sod installs and any retaining walls. Beside that, we just keep it simple with mowing, lawn treatments, mulch installations, whether they're annually or seasonally. And then, yeah, just any type of maintenance.
Gotcha. Okay. How many guys do you have on the crew right now?
So right now we had 4 guys in total. 2 guys are kind of on and off. So they come in and out. They're currently in school. And then 2 guys left. One just went back to Wisconsin. He figured Chicago wasn't for him. And then he just headed back. The other guy, he actually started doing construction. So he just simply wanted another field. And then, yeah, that's where we currently are right now.
Gotcha. Okay. Do you have plans in the future of hiring more guys, or do you think you'll have, a little bit larger crew, or is it like 2 guys, like a perfect size for you right now?
Well, right now it's actually me and my brother. We're growing slowly, and then we have one more floater. He's just in college right now, so he pretty much comes in at least 2 to 3 days a week. And then we do want to grow. It's just we're kind of growing slow, so we kind of want to build the foundation first, not hire. I know mistakes are going to come, but we just don't want to hire just anybody and just have them go and potentially harm a truck or go warp a lawn or something like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it
I
makes
mean,
perfect
yeah,
sense.
yeah. But yeah, I figured might as well go through 100 candidates and hire at least the best ones that we see fit.
Great. And so I noticed that you guys have got, I mean, certainly for your trucks, you've got amazing like wrappers on them. When I see that, I just think, man, that's a great way to do it, because you're driving around the neighborhoods, folks are going to see those, look all colorful and kind of festive, beautiful. We talked a little bit before the show. You have done some other marketing to get clients. And I guess I'm curious, if someone is looking at starting a lawn care service and they're looking to get their first 10 to 15 clients, do you have recommendations on what is working and how they may be able to get those first 10 clients?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if it was a matter of getting your first 10 to 15 clients, I would say the best recommendation I could give is even just as simple as door knocking. Maybe, going house to house, just explaining who you are, and then, of course, offering your service. Nothing like too salesy, but just saying, like, hey, my name is Emilio. I do lawn care, and I'm currently starting up. So if you guys are interested, here's kind of a quote. Feel welcome to give a call. It would kind of work a lot better if you maybe had like a door hanger. We use instant door hangers, so I could actually get it if you don't mind me just heading to the truck for a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
So something as simple as this. It's kind of we call this an instant quote door hanger. So here's all the information, all the services we offer, a QR code to get you to the website. And then when you turn it over, it actually has the mowing service, a mulch install quote, and then a property cleanup quote. We typically provide each and every quote for the door that we're walking up to. And then if the customer isn't home, we'll leave it on the door. They can simply just put in their details here and then just send us a picture and we'll get them scheduled up. So if you have something
No
kind of
way.
handy, yeah. If you have something kind of handy like this, just explaining who you are, it kind of, it gives them value, I feel. And then of course they have a quote. So nothing too salesy, nothing too pushy. I feel like they can, just review it at their own time. And then if they're interested, they'll give you a call.
That is fantastic. So there's there at the end you were showing us, there's a part where they can like write in their name and then take a photo and text it to you guys.
Yeah. So
It's like basically reaching out. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, as far as somebody trying to get their first 10 to 15 clients, that's one good strategy. Door hangers, I know they're kind of low cost. And then, of course, if you didn't want to do the door hanger route, you could just do business cards if you're already interacting with them and just give them a business card and, try to lock them in the schedule.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Really helpful information here, Emilio. Really appreciate you sharing that. If folks are in the Chicago area and looking for a great lawn care company, lawn maintenance, or potentially landscaping company to work with, what are the best ways to reach out with you and the team?
You can reach us out at leafgreenlawncare.com. The number is pretty much on the website, as well as all information needed. Many services that we offer are on there as well. So pretty much you can get your quote right off of there if you're, a potential customer. And then even if you're somebody trying to just get, like a network, any other businesses, I guess you could say, just simply, send a message. The number's right there. So feel free to give a text, give a call. I'll be happy to help wherever I can.
That's fantastic. Yeah, a lot of great video of the work that they do over there at leafgreenlawncare.com. Fantastic. Well, yeah, Emilio, thanks so much for coming on the show today and sharing your experience running the company.
Of course. Yeah. Thank you for having me, Mark. It was sincerely a pleasure.